really don't give a heck what other people think.
It seems too many uneven hips.
Hi guys, it's Clinton Ogaoflondon here today, and I'm here with
Whitney.
And this is Puffpuffandteapodcast. So we're back again with another episode. Let's get right into it. How are you feeling today?
Normal.
What do you mean normal? What's the normal life? What's happening?
Life is life, that's it.
Ooh. Are you gonna ask me how I'm feeling?
How are you feeling?
Oh, you know, I'm feeling rather, I don't know, anticipatory. That's how I'm feeling, you know. We just announced that House of Your Guys season 4 is coming soon on my YouTube channel, Clinton's Law. So, yes, feeling anticipatory about that. And, you know, yes, anticipating what this season has in store for us, the people, you know, for the viewers, for us, your guys. And yes, excited to see what this season has in store for us. What about you? How are you feeling? You know, this season, people are gonna see more of you. By the time this episode drops, the trailer will be out, and we'll be preparing for the first episode to release.
I frankly do not care.
Really, that's not the vibe. Okay, when it comes to my work, you should not be saying you don't care. That's not.
I have no anticipation. I have no feelings towards it.
That's not nice.
It is it. The things.
That's
things
not nice.
that excite you doesn't really excite me.
But this is my work, and you're telling the world that you don't care. So why should they care when people in my household do not care? How does that work?
Why should they care how I think? They have their own minds and opinions.
But you're a part of the show and you're telling the people you don't care. Do you think that's...
Yeah, I don't care. Doesn't mean that because I don't care that means they shouldn't care. If they care, they care.
So would you appreciate people say they don't care about things you have going on in your life?
Yeah, because is it by force they must care?
But it doesn't mean that you can't, you know, wish positive things for what other people have going on in their lives. You don't say, I don't care. That's not nice.
It's my feeling. That's what it says. I do not care.
That's not nice.
Oh well.
That's not nice at all. So, yeah. You've ruined my read anyway. But anywho, so in other news, what are we talking about today? Yes, I wanted to circle back to a topic you brought up last week that I make an effort to care about. So, that topic was this thing, Donald Trump, and I don't want to mention his name to be frank, but the president of the USA, he made some comments about Nigeria, and so I said last week I didn't have enough information to really make any comments about it. So following that conversation we had, it came through on my timeline, and I actually decided, okay, let me look more into this. So I went to go and see exactly what was said, and I also saw like people's responses to what was said, like public figures responses to what was said about it and everything. And yeah, I saw what the man said, the president said, or the USA, and you know, I've never known that person to be the best person when it comes to messaging, and I don't expect that person to be the best person when it comes to messaging. But what I will say is that what caught my attention was the way Nigerian political personalities and public figures were, like, their approach to responding to the topic. As much as, yes, this person may not be passing the message across in the right way, but there are themes to this conversation that there is a certain level of truth to, and that is the oppression that Christians are feeling in Nigeria, you know, and the endangerment to their safety, just, and there are things that are true to it. And what really caught my attention was like the way Nigerians decided to respond to it. And I feel like it's not just this particular situation, but this is just a mindset that especially Nigerians in high positions have, and that's how they use these tactics to distract us from, you know, things that we should be concentrating on. Because I don't understand why people in everything this man said, I understand, because some of the things the man did say, like, are unacceptable. I get that. But, you know, some people, their response to the whole thing was like, oh, the man needs to come and apologize for calling our country a disgraced country. Like, bro, I get that. But, you know, what the man is saying, like, there's a bigger issue to be addressed here, and that should be our focus. Do you understand? Like, we should not be too worried about these other things of like, oh, you know, somebody's calling us a disgraced country. Why don't we do the work so that people will not be in a position to be calling us such? Like, let that be our thought process. Let that be our mindset. Because, you know, I feel like the way people responded to this whole situation, it just reminded me of, you know, my thoughts towards Nigerians sometimes as to how we concentrate on things that we're not in a position to be concentrating on. We're concentrating on details that we're not in a position to be concentrating on. It's like somebody saying, oh, somebody addressed me as, you know, sir instead of Mr. So and so, or somebody addressed me as Mr. instead of sir. Like, we're not in a position to be worried about such. We need to concentrate on bigger issues here, and there's a bigger issue to be focused on here, and that should be the people's mindset when it comes to approaching this topic, rather than the little jabs that this man that is known for doing so is doing. Like, don't be distracted by all of that. We have a bigger issue to address here. So yeah, that was really my take away from that whole situation. And yeah, I was just like, bro, yes, again, Nigerians, sit up. We have bigger fish to fry, and let's fry those fish so we can address the sardines of our country. So yeah, that was my takeaway from it. But yeah, now do you have any further comments on that topic since we last spoke? Because I feel like more and more people have spoken about this whole thing since then.
I still don't know the guy's motives, so that's how I am.
Yeah, and that's everything that I'm saying. I'm not even trying to say that this man is, you know, necessarily somebody to be trusted, or necessarily somebody like. I'm not saying that this guy is a beacon of lights. I'm not saying that is the case, but in all that he's saying, he is highlighting a topic that there is a certain level of truth to, and it needs to be addressed. So if anything, at least stir up a conversation, and let's not be distracted by all these little accessories instead of focusing on the bigger conversation at hand. So yeah, that was really my takeaway from that. Anywho, so as I was saying, yes, this marriage that has everybody talking in Nigeria. What I wanted to say about it, yeah, Nigerians are actually not serious people, because have you been seeing this trend that's going around where people are like using the sound of her saying, oh, I'm a queen in my house, and in this man's house I'm a this thing. What was it she said again?
I'm not exactly sure about the exact words, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I saw it recently on TikTok that people are using the sound to be comparing their different, you know, lifestyles. Say for example, now in your household you do domestic, but when you go on holiday you're out there popping champagne. So they're now using the sound to contrast their different lifestyles. I'm just like, Nigerians, guys, what, like, are we serious people? Like, we actually make a joke out of everything, and I don't know how what's it called to feel about that. But you know, some could say it's good that we make light out of situations to bring some positivity into the world. But like sometimes, like, bro, like somebody's actually going through something, and you guys are literally just using it as an opportunity to be cracking jokes. So I'm just like, bro,
I'm not even surprised.
That's the thing. I'm not surprised.
Nigerians are just like that.
No,
not even Nigerians. That's how like the world is. Like, someone can have a mental health crisis, someone will figure out a funny way to make it into a meme.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that they would do that. Even though I haven't like seen it, I know what video you're talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen people be doing that, but it's not surprising. Like, people can find someone's worst moment and try and turn it into something funny. I don't know if that's a positive or that's a negative, because on one hand, like someone, they can consider that as like, you know, insensitive.
Yeah.
On the other hand, someone could be like, I'm turning lemons into lemonade.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can recall a moment where, you know, you saw people making a joke out of something that you may have not made a joke out of?
Yeah, when the late president died.
Lol.
Of Nigeria, that was just like, there were just so many jokes and and happiness, and I was just like, this is someone's father, this is someone's, you know, son, brother. I was just like, and the fact they started day one, I was like, you guys didn't even give it some time to like, okay, maybe if you guys consider him as the worst president, okay, but again, this is an individual, it's a human being, they passed away, and and day one people are just acting like sometimes it's just like, bruh. Like, you know, I just think with death, there's just some things we shouldn't play with, even though we don't like that person. I think, you know, there are people that are hurting for this person's death, and we should be considerate of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one that like really shocked me. I was just like, wow. And I remember like my friend Nigeria was like, yeah, he was the worst person. I was like, okay, but I just don't think that justifies certain things that people like how people respond to it. Then again, who am I to say how someone should respond when someone passes away? But still, I'm just like, ugh. It gave me like ick vibes.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm not gonna lie. When that whole thing went down, I don't know. I feel like I don't know, but it didn't make much waves across my
Algorithm.
media. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like when he passed away, it's probably I think it's you and Daddy that really brought it to my attention. And even after that, I thought wow, it would be bigger news than it was. But I don't really watch the news one, and and it wasn't coming across my social media, so I didn't even see these jokes that he said people were cracking. So yeah, I just thought wow, it would be bigger news than it was. But I feel like my world we quickly moved on. We just quickly moved on with life, and yeah. But I feel like a moment that's recently that happened, I'm just like, fam, I would not like. I'm not finding this funny. Like as much as you lot are finding this funny, I'm not really finding this funny. And what it was here, there's this like main family here within Nigeria. So like they have, so it's a family, and this guy, this let me say a boy. So the son of this family here, he went online and I think he used the TikTok sounds to hop on this trend. I was basically insinuating that he's getting ready to enjoy his inheritance, like when he's getting ready to enjoy his father's inheritance when the time comes, that kind of thing. And this child here, he's actually not the biological son of the man that heads the family. Do you understand? He's actually not the biological son, but the man takes
Oh,
him.
I know who you're
So
talking
you know
about.
what I'm talking about. But the man takes him as his son, that kind of thing. And the family, they all portray each other like one family, like all of these are our children, that kind of thing, and everything. So like it quickly stirred up conversation online that that somebody that is not his biological child, especially like within the Igbo culture, and he has his own biological sons, is claiming that he's going to take this man's inheritance basically. So it was stirring up conversations. One, he's not his biological son. Two, this is an Igbo family. We know the culture. He should go to actually his the people that they'll say are actually his sons, and that is his biological sons and everything. And so it was stirring up this whole conversation to the point I think the man himself even came out to make I don't know, I can't remember what he said.
What's it called? I think it was a picture with him and his
biological children, something like that.
And he made like he didn't say like it was direct, but not direct.
You could tell that he was insinuating to that situation, trying to clear up the situation. People are even saying that that the wife has pushed him to come out and make a statement and clear things up and things that and quickly people picked up on that. Before they were making that guy's sound a joke and saying, oh yeah, me too, I'm waiting to enjoy this, me too, I'm waiting to enjoy it. And I was like, firstly, this boy is a minor. Like, I feel like there's certain things that should be off limits. I personally I don't necessarily look out to be cracking jokes with minors because it can easily be flipped into something of like, oh, this person is not mature enough to know what they're doing, that kind of thing. So I'm just very mindful for that in such situations, firstly. And second of all, like, this is actually a family issue. Like, we actually do not need to get involved in this. And yet again, it is a minor. So even if you want to correct your minor, we shouldn't have to be involved in that.
About the adult?
Yes, the adults. I'm not even talking about the adults and the public. You understand? The public are one thing, you can't really control them. But the family, they had an opportunity to really take a lead as to how they're going to move forward with this. And by them, entertaining what the public is talking about, you're giving the public more fire. You're giving them more fuel to divulge into you people's family business. At the end of the day, this is you people's family business. And yet again, this is a minor. You should not be addressing your minor, in my opinion, online. If that's something you needed to correct, you could have done that behind closed doors. And you don't need to get involved because now it is only bringing more attack onto this minor that's probably, some could say maybe it's not even ready for the pressures that come with social media. People that are even mature are not even ready for the pressures that come to social media. Talk less of a minor. Of course, I don't know these people personally, but this is just the thoughts that were going through my mind. So in my opinion, I just felt like this was nothing to joke about. And people started picking up the joke, and this man now came and added his, post. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? At the end of the day, I don't know you people's dynamic, but what you're portraying to us is that you have taken this guy, this boy as your son. So why are you going to, almost like put him out on the line, For what? Because of public perception. But I also do understand, as the Igbo culture and these things are very important, like in terms of clarifying um clarifying the order of things. Because once you put things out there, it gives room for people that have ulterior motives to come out and try and work things for their own profits. So I get that, but still I do feel like the fact that this boy is a minor, it shouldn't have been something that was perpetuated and publicly addressed for all of us to really have more of a say in. So yeah, when that whole situation erupted, I was like, nah, I'm not partaking in none of this. As much as the trend was very, I got the trends and I was tempted.
Oh, you were tempted to do?
No, I understood the trend. Like, if to say this was not a minor, I probably would have hopped onto it. But the fact that this was a minor, this is a family issue, these are things I'm not playing with. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. And the fact that people, and just yet again, another moment where it's like, bro, Nigerians, like, it's like, where do we really draw the line with what we make fun out of? So, yeah. That situation really, because I remember when that thing erupted, I was really talking to my friend about it. I'm like, how can people be cracking jokes about this? Like, this is a boy, like, this is a young boy, and people are like, making fun of something that, like, I don't think the boy wants to be reminded that, well, that's what his dad's like.
Okay, what's it called? That thing, like, my feelings towards that were more like, what's it called? This is, I guess this is how somebody would say, you decide to bring it to the public, so you have to face the consequence.
But this is
wait. I agree with you with the guy in relation to the guy coming on social media and doing his indirect shade. That I would just thought, like, bro, you're the adult in this, and this is how you're responding, like, bro. But another person can say this would have never happened if the boy hadn't, like, said my inheritance and all that stuff. But I still agree that what's called this is something that should stay in house. They should respond to this in house and all that stuff. Like, he doesn't need the what's called the father, whatever. He doesn't need to clarify it to the world. Like, bruh, you can just clarify it in house. You can clarify it to the people who actually mean shit personally. But he doesn't need to, like, He doesn't need to make a clarification to the public. He doesn't owe the public anything.
Yeah.
But then again, so that part, I don't agree with his behavior. I don't agree on how he did it. In relation to the boy, like, bro, you kind of brought this on.
But the thing, sorry to interrupt here, but I will keep bringing it back to this here. This boy is young. I will keep saying this, and there's only so much accountability. I feel like there's only so much awareness these young people have. Like, as much as I'm very young as well, but this boy is younger than me. And I know in secondary school, things I was doing in secondary school, I probably am not going to be doing them now. So with that in mind, and I'm only a few years older than him, and I have this thought process. Talking of somebody that is almost clocking, okay, the man just clocked 50, you understand? But like, talking of somebody that is 50, why don't you use that same thought process? I don't understand. I really don't care that he started it. It's a boy. You can't tell me that a minor and a full-fledged adult are on the same playing field for you to be telling me that, oh yeah, he started it, so you should finish it.
No, I'm not saying that, but the whole part about the what you said, I'm talking in relation to the boy. What's it called? The things that's happening with the public. I'm like, what's it called? These is unfortunately the consequences of when you
definitely. He's probably going to learn about bringing family business to public.
Family business. And what's it called? Like, again, maybe the man portrays, something outside, like, I consider you my child, my son. Yeah. But we don't know, like, maybe inside he's like, different.
Exactly.
And then so, like, say for example that is the case, then someone could say that he already portrayed it indoors, in house, that how he considers you and your brothers, so why would you post that? But then again, it really depends on their relationship. But overall, that guy, the what's it called, 50-year-old man, like, bro, again, you're 50.
I do not agree with you.
I think I think it just, like, I'm gonna, like, older people, especially older Nigerian people, like, with social media, I think you can just really tell those that are, like, experienced and those that just are not.
Yeah, and I also feel like it comes back to the thing of, like, older people, and hopefully it's not all of them, but I feel like there is this general vibe amongst them that they're so worried about public perception. And I think that's where it all stems back to. Like, in this situation, the only reason why you felt the need to address the public, because the public was getting involved and you're worried about the public's perception.
Yeah.
If you're not worried about the public's perception, if that was not a priority in your life, you would think the way I'm thinking and realize this is my family and I'm not going to, put them out to dry, for the sake of the public. Because at the end of the day, yes, as much as this boy is starting this, but you have set up a whole conversation for your family. See what you're saying now, or that he may be treating him differently indoors. This will not be a conversation if you do not come out and say what he was, if you do not come out and rebuttal the way he was rebuttaling, that kind of thing. And I feel like not just him, but like even adults, some conversations that they have, and it's like they're so bothered with what other people think about them, their own, that they will do anything to be perceived in a manner that they want to be perceived, to the own detriment of their happiness and the happiness of their own. Like, I was recently having a conversation with somebody, and they were basically just insinuating that people should just be doing things to live up to expectations. And I was like, what kind of life is that? You that has done that, what has that got? Where has that gotten you to? As you are like this, can you tell yourself you're actually happy with your life? Can you tell yourself you've actually accomplished much? Can you tell yourself that, wow, that if something happens to you now, that you have done something impactful to this world? No, in my opinion, you can't, because you have lived up to other people's expectations of what you should be doing, and you want other people to conform to, the expectations that you and your generation have. And it's a rubbish mindset. And I'm going to encourage our generation that we need to snap out of conforming to these expectations that this older generation have, and show them that we don't give a heck what other people think. Our happiness, our purpose, our personal purpose is our primary goal, and anything that is interfering with that should not be given room into our atmosphere. Because at the end of the day, this life is our own, and it's our own to live. So all this public perception way of living, like being so focused on public perception, we need to snap out of it. For those that are in it, snap out of it. It's not a way to live life, fam. It's not. Because now, yeah. Any takes on that?
Dude, which went to a rabbit hole.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm now thinking, what was even the start of the conversation that led to this?
We're talking about your good sis now. This her relationship that everybody cannot stop talking about, and yeah, just how they're making light of the situation now. So yeah, and now I didn't even expect it to go this way, but yeah, as we brought this topic, what came to mind was public perception, and that's for like. Yeah, I don't know why the older generation, and maybe I hope our younger generation will not be like that. But like, yeah, I just feel we have an issue with public perception. Even this conversation that's having about how people in the public space and political space are responding to this what is the word? Responding to this man's statements about the country. It all comes down to public perception. You guys are more bothered about what people are saying, what people are, describing you people as, rather than the actual issues at hand. Like,
the Nigerians are proud.
That's what it is.
It's a proud country filled with prideful people. So
it's true.
It's not shocking.
And it's not that pride is a bad thing, but is pride a bad thing?
No.
Because I'm trying to think, what did the Bible say about pride?
Be loud and proud. Be loud and proud.
But my foundation is the Bible, and I think the Bible says the pride goes before the fall. So I don't know if I should say the pride is a bad thing, but I do feel like confidence is a good thing, and and I think that's one thing I would definitely attribute to Nigerians, that we have a certain level of confidence, but there needs to be a good balance. You need to be able to be confident and also be aware where I can learn. And I think sometimes that's where us Nigerians, we may be having a struggle, because yes, our confidence has gotten us to a lot of great places, but there's room to grow, there's room to learn. So let us assume the position of the students where we need to assume the position of the students and learn, and that applies to everybody. So yeah, I think that is my takeaway from that situation. But how did I get into that?
Again, rabbit hole.
But we just be doing that on here. But anywho, my next topic, sorry, I think I need to, because today I came with my facts ready to go. I did not be talking from my ass. Yeah, okay. Did you see this thing about I don't even know whether I actually want to talk about this, but did you see this thing about Chunks? He did an interview recently and it caught attention.
Oh, is it about what's it called, that he would disown his child if he was no longer a Muslim.
What do you feel about that?
A sensitive topic.
Yeah,
because you know, there are people who are very, you know, into, that are very strict with their religion, and unfortunately that can sometimes lead to, you know, disowning family or friends. Like what he's saying isn't uncommon.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen parents who, because of their strict religious belief, have disowned their children because the path that their children is leading isn't complying with religion. Like, how many times have we heard the stories of what's it called? You know, my parents I come from a very religious background. I came from a very religious background. My sexuality does not is not in line with my parents. The religious background. As a result, I've lost family and friends because of that. So what Chunks is saying isn't uncommon, because I can't even say unfortunately, because again, it's a sensitive topic. Like, who am I to say pick your child before your religion, you know?
Yeah. Like you said, it's a very sensitive topic, and I don't even think, as much as I brought up the topic, I don't think I have much to say about the topic, to be frank. Because, like, what is there really to say? Like, I really just don't see what it gets. And it's not even an energy I want to put out there.
And who am I to say?
It's not an energy I want to put out there. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, people should remain focused on themselves. I think that is what I would say about it. Remain focused on yourselves, and by God's grace, we'll not be in a position where we'll have to think that way about our children, because anything that will push you to think that way about your children is not necessarily positive. Do you understand? And it's not to say that this situation is not positive or not negative, but I would not want to put that energy out there that, you know, somebody will be in a position where they have to think to, you know, whether they want to claim their child or not. That's not a good thing. And I don't see any positive, you know, thing that can come out of being in such a position. So I think that should be people's focus, rather than, because like you said, different families have their different standards. It just is what it is. Not everybody's the same, and I think that's also something that people need to learn to be respect and be okay with. Do you understand? It's not to say we are going to agree on everything, but that people need to learn how to respect people's opinions on things, take some things, and also give people room to grow. Somebody's opinion today may not be the same opinion tomorrow. It does not mean that they need to be slandered to the pulp, only in the name of them not fitting into, you know, the majority's perspective on something. So
Also, I don't think like with this topic you mentioned, I don't think you're a bad parent if you disown your child, because I don't think it's for us to judge.
No.
At the end of the day, it's the God that we pray to that will be the deciding factor.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't even want to think about this too much, because I don't want to anticipate being in such a position. Like, God forbid, why would I want to do that? Do you understand? Like, I understand there are people that have their reasons for doing that, but I don't even want to anticipate that for myself. So I don't even want to think about it too much. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, I think we're just gonna leave that one there. But as I would say, as I've said, please let's learn to just respect people's different views and leave it at that. There's no need for the slander and everything. Yeah, I think that is really the takeaway from that. But on to the next topic we go.
Yeah, because there's some parents who disown their children because their child is a serial killer. You know, there can be things that lead a parent to disown their child.
Yeah.
Not just religious belief, but other things. So is it far-fetched, the idea of a parent disowning their child?
Yeah.
Not really.
It's not, but because like even one could refer to, you know, the recent story on EastEnders and that creep.
But the father still loves his son.
But some could be in that position and say, I wash my hands of such. Do you understand? Because that's wild. It's wild. And bruh, like you said, you know, because on the square, like, people are ready to write this man off on behalf of the son's action. But it's like, as much as some could say, and another thing, I think this is another thing that maybe is a bit of public perception that people worry about. You know, say for example now, Because now what I was about to say is that, I feel the reason why they're writing him off is because they're thinking, oh, what have you done to cause your son to be like that? Do you understand?
That's something I just dislike, because you can raise your child, like, number one, there's no matter how many books you purchase, no matter how many people you study, there's no such thing as a perfect parent.
Yeah.
There's no straight or narrow road on how to be a parent, and what is the good way and what is the bad way. Okay, maybe we have an idea what's a bad way of parenting, but like, there's
no one way.
There's no one way, and you can do everything according to society right. And your child could still, like, follow a bad road.
Yeah.
It doesn't automatically go back to the parents. I used to be that type of person when I used to, like, be on the bus and I would read the newspaper, and I would hear all these things about these criminals who have been arrested, or or on trial. I'd be like, some of them I'll see in the picture, like, the parents next to them.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, how could those parents stand with them? Like, what happened in this person's childhood that led to all that stuff? And as I grew up, I was just like, bro, sometimes it's not that easy.
Black and white.
Yeah, like, some of them you can't relate to trauma and childhood and stuff. But there's some that are just like, no, it actually took me watching, like, a real life movie, I believe, based on a crime or stuff, and they were trying to interview the mum, and the mum was saying, I know that you're expecting me to say that he had a horrible childhood, that he was abandoned, or this and that, but no, he had a normal childhood.
Yeah.
And I think that was the thing that made me just realise, like, yeah, we can't just, sometimes it's not that black and white.
Yeah. And I think it's just a reminder, like, everybody at the end of the day, as much as, yes, you're born into a family and things like that, like, you're actually an individual at the end of the day, and you're going to forge your own path. And it really just comes down to individualization of things. And there are some that, they are the ones that, yes, it may be a trickle-down effect as to why your children are behaving like that. But there are some that, it is an anomaly that their child is behaving like that. And the same way the world is, reacting, them too, they're probably reacting like, wow, why is this happening, that kind of thing. And it's just a hard one to navigate, because like I said, this is less for you guys in, actually, for those of you that do not know what we're talking about in terms of EastEnders. Spoilers for those of you that are maybe behind and trying to catch up. I have been in your shoes. I am catching up. As I am like this, I still need to catch up, hopefully before tomorrow morning. Yes. So yes, what it is now on EastEnders, there's this boy that came onto the square. He's a young boy. He's a secondary school. He's under 16, I think, right? And I think, would they refer to him as an incel? Is it bad to call him an incel? What's actually an incel?
I don't know.
The first time I heard of this incel thing was that show, on Netflix. What's the name of that show? That show that the boy... that show that the boy... They said the boy, this thing... that show now... Adolescence. Yeah. Do you know up to now? Yeah. I don't know... When I speak to my friends about this, they're like, listen, grow up. I'm like, but where's the proof that he actually killed her? I'm like, where's the proof that he actually killed her? I feel like the whole time, they were dancing around it. And even when they got to a point where it's like they're almost showing, like, what happened, we actually didn't see him kill her. Like, we just saw, I think...
Because that wasn't the story.
That's what people are saying, but it's like, but how do I know for sure that he killed her then?
That was not the story.
I understand, but how do I know for sure that he did not... And, like, even the way it ended, it's like, where are we going? Is he, like, what happened to the trial? What happened? Like... I just feel like there was so much unsaid with that show that I did not know.
They said what needs to be said.
I understand that, but, like, I just felt like... So I was just like, but this, like, back to what I've said, there's so much that is unsaid. So how are we meant to end this? What's happening here?
They ended it.
Like, it's almost a bit like a Nigerian movie. You know when they start off a movie and it's like, that's not how we should end this. There's so much more that we need to understand how it's the conclusion.
Everything is going to, provide you with all the answers.
No, but that's like, so up to now, I still have in my mind, like, I wish, like, where is the concrete evidence that he killed this girl? Like, because, like, as much as, yes, I want him to be convicted correctly. As much as, yes, you know, the boy has other issues, but did he actually kill this girl? So we know that he needs to be convicted as a murderer as well. That's what I want to understand. Are you getting?
Yes, but they said what needs to be said.
That's what my friend was telling me. They're like, Clinton grew up. That's not what it was about. But still, you should not be
Exactly.
contemplating he killed the girl. I'm like, but how do we know that? But you know, I'm the same kind of person here that I can see something here. Like, you know, my friend here, she can see people here and she'll know that, wow, you did surgery. I would see it and I'll be like, no, they didn't do it. Until they tell me they did it, they didn't do it. So yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, back to, because that's even leading me to another topic I did not expect to speak about. But let's finish this one then. What's incel?
I don't know.
Okay, let's search up before we talk what we don't know. Because on that shit, they're calling him incel. So I want to know, like, is incel like the actual correct term, or they're just using it as an insult? So what's an incel?
I don't think it's an insult, Clinton.
What is it? So they, according to Wikipedia, okay, trustworthy Wikipedia. So it says,
even though people can edit it no matter what they want.
I know people say that, but it always seems very legitimate. So I take it as a legitimate source, okay?
Dude, when someone's go on Wikipedia, I'm just like, the person hasn't finished writing this thing, or they what's it called, forgot.
But they'd be quick, man. Somebody be arrested yesterday, and they'd be telling you the next day on Wikipedia they were arrested.
I know, but sometimes I'll be looking like, I'll be doing research on somebody, and I'll be like, people, what's it called, have missed this and this. This person released an album this year, and they got this and this, and you have not included it. I'll be
Maybe
like,
the person's not that current, because those that are really current, they'd be on it.
yeah, sometimes that's why I'll be like, bro, if I had time, I would just edit it myself.
You should make a Wikipedia page about me, because I'm a rising star.
Anyway, what's the definition?
You should do that, okay? Because I know you'll be very factually correct. I do not appreciate, you know, misinformation when it comes to me. So I would appreciate
I'm not sure
that.
you would appreciate. My thing would be very factual.
And the facts of my life are very...
If you ask me to remove it, I'll be like, no, that's a fact, so I'm not removing it.
Facts or an opinion?
No, facts.
So what would you say is a fact about me that I would not appreciate people knowing?
He was born on this and this date. He suffered.
I'm not ashamed of my birthday.
No, that I'm explaining how I would do it. Like,
Okay.
he was born on this and this date. He suffered seizures as a child. In one
But
particular
what's the
time.
correlation? Like, why do the people need to know that?
The same way that we know that Miley Cyrus had a condition when she was young. That's the reason they called her Smiley, because she smiled.
But exactly, that relates to her story, Smiley. What does the seizures relate to my life?
That's not really. It's part of her. That's part of your story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, go ahead, make that Wikipedia page, okay? Anyway, so incel. An incel is a portmanteau. I don't know what that is. A portmanteau of involuntary celibates. It's a member of an online subculture of mostly male and heterosexual people who define themselves as unable to find a romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one. So apparently that's what they call it. That's what an incel is, according to Wikipedia. They often blame, objectify, and denigrate women and girls as a result.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Yeah. So apparently that's what an incel is. So this boy in EastEnders, he had no respect for women. That's what it was. He had no respect, and it was very extreme, his disrespect for women, to the point where he could be physical based on the fact that he does not respect women, that kind of thing. And it only like when it got to that point, and I don't know, it may have gotten to that point previously, because I don't think they really went into detail as to what went down in Australia. They just keep insinuating something went down in Australia. So that may have happened previously, but only when it got to the point of that happening, you know, on the square, and he physically assaulted somebody, down to this his disrespect and his misogyny towards women. That's when his father now turned him in and he got arrested. So so because of all of that, of course, nobody really wants to associate themselves with the boy, or in return the man. So now it brought up this debate of whether he's being judged for his child's actions. To be honest, right,
it's even though they brought up the topic, because when they were actually judging him, I was like,
the hypocrisy of it.
I was like, yeah, I was really looking at the hypocrisy. I was like, Ian, your son killed his sister. Yeah. Sit down.
Yeah. No, that's
why I respected Harvey.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
I don't have much respect for him, but okay.
No, but I said to him.
In that case, yes.
In that case, because I was like, yeah, what's it called? You're not a hypocrite. Like in the beginning, you used to be a hypocrite, but you're not a hypocrite. Because I was just like, all you people sit down.
Yeah.
Kathy, your son is Ben. That alone, sit down.
Yeah. But that's the thing, on that square, yeah, nobody's hands is clean. So in no situation, even if they murder somebody, nobody's hand is clean.
Yes.
So nobody really has a pedestal to stand upon and say, rah, we should judge this person for this. But in the realistic world, realistically, that is how people will naturally react, and that is to ostracize the man. But in that square, they do not have the right to do so. But in the realistic world, I see how that's what happened. That's just what it is. And yeah.
Yeah, I just remember that was the first thing that came in my head when I saw that. I was just like, who are all of you people?
No, as the whole like show that was going down, I was just like the hypocrisy of it all. Even the whole thing of like, I think what happened recently, you know, Callum cheating on Ben and Kathy going up, please. I'm like, bruh,
I don't know
what do you have in your house? How did you get that person?
Exactly.
Kathy is the definition of hypocrisy. Fashion her age, that woman is the definition of hypocrisy.
Dude, I was even like, what's it called? I think what's it called? This weekend I was just going through a rabbit hole on EastEnders. And I was just like reading Kathy's storyline before I was born. I'm just like, Kathy, you're just like making it even worse for me.
I don't rate her. I don't rate her. Like fashion, it's not for her age.
So, no, the thing is that you have history of this. Like you did this with Shirley's person.
This woman resurrected herself. Like she has no pedestal to stand on. Like she's not in any position to tell anybody you're right, you're wrong. Like literally just sit down in a corner.
Yeah,
like,
sit down.
That's what you should really be doing. Just sit down in a corner.
Just
you're
be
not
happy
in a
you
position.
own a cafe.
I'm telling you, because the way that woman is so quick to pass on judgment. So oh yeah, you did this wrong. Like fam, you be stealing everything. Stealing life, stealing men, stealing everything.
No, that Harvey thing. The first thing when I saw what's it called, watching the episode of what's it called, they had the affair. I was like, again, Kathy, what is it? Would you not be?
And later, I should be quick to judge. As much as Saint is another one that is hypocritical as well. But that whole Bill family is hypocritical, to be frank. But like, yes,
no,
again,
I gotta give up my what's it called, props to Ian. I was shocked
about what
that was.
The way he handled this Ross thing.
Yeah, I was actually low-key shocked. Because sometimes the guy would just be like still in his prime and be like, nah.
No, yeah, that one I feel him. But like, yeah, that one I respect that one. But the Bill family in general, I think they're very proud family. Like, and unless they really have no position to be proud. They're just so arrogant. That's the word. Not even proud, they're arrogant. It's an arrogant family.
Yeah, like Peter, I'm just like, Ross, take several seats.
Bruh, but we need to save this energy for tomorrow, so we're just going to leave it there. Do you know, now, I want to circle back to something that we slipped into. I was just speaking to my friend before we started this podcast here. I was just like, do you know, it's so wild, like, because, I mentioned, I'm like, oh, I have a friend that she can see somebody and she knows that this person has done cosmetic surgery, that kind of thing. And I'm just like, it's so disappointing how almost, and my friend...
Wait, so when you see YouTube and telling you, like, until she tells me, you won't say anything, allegedly.
Really, I don't like, I can put such things out there.
That's what I said allegedly at the end.
I don't like to put such... For me, I believe, sorry, I wait for the horse's mouth to speak in every situation.
That's actually nice.
I don't, like, even when rumors come out, like, there's this recent breakup that people are talking about.
Which Big Sean and Jay.
Have they said anything?
Yeah, I agree with that one.
But exactly. So I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and start saying, oh yeah, it's over, until, because these people can't come out to me and kiss in front of me and I played myself, so I'm not going to waste my energy.
I'm not gonna lie, you can even share for this. That's how I am with what's it called when a black person is arrested. I'm like, bro, until I've seen it with my eyes, I am not believing. No. Because the amount of time the amount of the numbers of what's it called, stats are telling me how many overturns you have done. What's it called, and for a specific minority group. Nah, I cannot trust you.
No. So like, yeah, I'm just the kind of person, I wait until I hear from the source before I believe something. So that's why I don't just assume. You understand? So because after all, people could be wearing paddings, they can be wearing, so they're just, yeah, I wait for the whole smell. But like, yeah, I was speaking to my friend just before we jumped on before we started filming this podcast. And I was like, because especially like in the Nollywood space, I feel like you're seeing it more and more, and I feel it's quite disappointing how it's almost, there's this tone that BBLs becoming the new rites of passage. It's almost a thing of like, BBLs is kind of have arrived, and I'm just like, why is this the new standard?
Dude,
like, it's disappointing.
I even thought that we were done with that for a while.
I don't know whether we are, because like, I feel like we've spoken about this before, and you're like, oh, slim is now becoming the new thing again.
That's what they're trying to force on us.
But like, I don't know whether it's something, and my friend was like, she feels it's still a global thing, it's not even just because I was about to say, is it just like a Nollywood thing, is it just a Nigerian thing? But yeah, it's just worrying, and it's probably because, of course, like when you're on people's screen, you're reaching a large audience, and I worry the influence it's having on people to think that BBL is the sign that I've arrived in life. Like, what is that?
I think she's a host,
Mm-hmm.
and her own is, you know the person. She's a host, a Nigerian host, and I'm just like, hers is just, it's like what you say until someone tells you.
Yeah.
I'm like, this one is very hard for me just to be like until you tell me. It's just like disproportionate. Like the person who does the editing, give that man a raise, give that woman a raise. Because when you just see like videos of the person, like someone take an actual video, not go on her Instagram, just take a video of her in the public, I'm just like, it worries me.
Oh my, I don't know who you're talking about.
If I told you the first thing, you'd be like, oh, you're like, oh. I'm just like, this one, I'm just like, I'm not even making sure this one's a health concern. I'm just like, bruh, how do you sit down? How, like, what's going? You're lucky you're rich because that means you have someone to alter your outfits. But it's not it. And a part of me just like, if she could get it, that something's telling me what's it called? She can't undo it. She can't undo it because I feel like if she could, she would have.
She would.
Yeah, it's just.
This person's a Nigerian host.
Yeah. You see her on YouTube.
It's not ringing any bells, but we'll talk about this off the show. Anyway, but yeah, I just feel I'm just worried. I'm really just worried. You know, the way people are receiving this movement of, because you can't avoid it anymore. Like that's literally all you're seeing on the Nollywood screens right now, and it's just BBLs. Yeah. It's just this one shape. And maybe all of you is not BBL, but we're just seeing one shape of woman, and it's like it's just giving off like. Some people that may be coming up in the Nollywood space may think, wow, that's what I need to do to make it to that Nollywood space.
I'm seeing too many Nash uneven hips. And you're just like...
You can say that again.
Yeah, I'm just like... So, like, I've been watching these, I'm just like... I need to be turning on. I don't know, they all wear certain outfits. And I'm just like... And a lot of the time they wear the suits.
Yeah.
There's certain suits they just continuously wear. I'm just like, do you guys all share the same wardrobe or something like that? But I'm just like, but I've seen it, I'd be like, sometimes I just pause and just like come to realization, I'm like, oh my gosh, it doesn't need to be this much Nash. What's it called? Give the ass to some other people. You can, distribute some of your ass to other people.
No. Yeah, I'm really worried. And what I would like to promote is body confidence at the end of the day. Like, people should be confident in themselves and people should make this right decisions for themselves.
So Clinton. Possibly. You know you're a doctor, right? So you can be a doctor in Nigeria, right? This could be a good market for you.
But I don't think I'm called to that ministry as of yet.
Cosmetic surgery.
I know there's a lot of money to be made there, but I don't think that is right now. That is not something that is calling my name.
Dude, if I wasn't called, if I had the energy and the patience to be a doctor, and I did like, bruh, I would be the top. I would be like the top Botox, facial reconstruction. I would just be that person. I'd be like, yep, you want more? Don't worry, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's field, I feel, it requires a lot of passion, and you can't just be led by money, because that is not just
money.
You can't just be led by, because one is not what's it called? You may not be satisfied. Like, before you get to that point of satisfaction.
I'm not led by money. I'm led by comfortability.
No, yes, that. But, like, you also don't want to be a danger to people because of money. Like, because there are people out there that are abusing that title because, oh, yeah, they're a doctor and they can do these things legally. They're doing things that may not necessarily be healthy for individuals. All in the name of, they're paying for the service, I provide the service, I do it. So that's, I'm like, even if I'm to enter a space, I wouldn't want to move with such a mindset of, oh yeah, I'm just going to be making money here. So whatever people want, I want to be doing it. Because at the end of the day, but you can't really blame, I don't know how much, blame these doctors can take for what we're seeing in the world now with all this cosmetic surgery. I don't think people will do what they want to do, and you would hope that they're doing it safely. So
yeah, we hope, because when I heard about the woman who, rest her soul, who was it that she went to Miami or somewhere to have a mummy was it Turkey to have a mummy makeover, and she passed. I was like, oh.
No, it's sad. But even that one, I don't think, was it unsafe or was it just a casualty?
I don't know, because the doctor came out on social media again with them coming out on social media.
Public perception, fam. People are so bothered about
And I
social
do
media.
get it, like what's called it's affecting his probably affecting his business. That's when to do social media. But I'm just like, bruh, like, do your lawyer or someone just say no? Don't let's not do that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So
that's the thing. Yeah, I feel like social media is definitely a powerful tool, and of course, you know, there's things that you need to make clear when it comes to your persona on social media, especially when in the light of controversy. But I think people need to know how to navigate it in a manner that you're not giving social media too much power. I think, and that's something I worry about sometimes. It's like how much power people are giving to social media. Like how much of are you allowing social media to run your life? I never want to be in a position where I, you know, rely on social media to tell my story. That's at the end of the day, my life is my life. Social media is not going to change the facts of my life.
Tell
So,
my story.
Points exactly. So
oh my gosh! Speaking of tell my story, what's it called? Loki? No, not Loki. High key. Congrats to Wizkid's son.
What did he do?
He released his EP. It's #1.
Wizkid's son. Which son is that? Come through with your facts.
The oldest.
Is it Boluwatife?
Yes.
Why do I know his name?
I thought they said which son. Are the little ones going to be doing EPs?
But all of them are young. None of them are like mature like that. How old is he?
But one can fully talk.
The others can't.
Like, bro, like isn't he like 5 or something?
Okay. I mean, no.
Yeah, what's going to release his EP?
But anything can happen. Like, you know, people, they just be pushing their children into work now.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. And that one is another thing. So
and their mother is a manager, so
anything but well done to him.
But anyway, yeah, what's going to I just
out here getting paid. That is the Bible. Yeah, your daddy.
Yeah, what's called #1 on the Nigerian charts. So congrats to him.
Congratulations. Success is the vibe.
Yes, generational wealth.
Yup, that is the vibe.
Anyway, going back to what you were saying.
What was I saying?
Tell my story.
Yes, like people should be mindful as like be careful with the relationship you have with social media. Social media should not be running your life. That is not the vibe. And that's something with me, yeah. As much as like honestly, yeah, if not for my career, I would not be really active on social media. Like, and you probably know that. Like, the only reason why I'm active on social media is because of my career goals. Other than that, because I do not want to be in a place where I feel like I'm relying on social media to tell my story, or social media has, you know, too much power in my life. So that's just me, and because of that, I'm just very cautious as to how I navigate social media, and I encourage other people to do the same. Like, you actually have real life outside of social media. Like there's a real life outside of it, and that's like, you know, even this marriage that everybody's talking about now. Some people are like coming up to say that that they should not be coming to air out their business online, that kind of thing. And yeah, I don't know what to say about that. But
I do agree, but like sometimes they may not have
any other option.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But yeah, everybody should just know how to use social media for their own good and their
nobody knows me knows I dislike social media. I just dislike it. I've never been comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna change, all that stuff. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're going to be strict with social media when it comes to your children?
Yeah. I also go. I don't want them to be stuck on. I don't want it to be me stuck on phones.
Yeah, definitely.
And iPads and that stuff. I want them to have a life.
Yeah. Cause like you've been watching things now, like
but I haven't even agreed on whether I'm having a kid or not. So.
Okay. But you'll be fruitful and multiply. Amen. Anywho, as I was saying, cause like you've been watching things and it's like, you know,
I know how I feel about you talking about my woman like that.
Okay, you know, I'm just prophesying over your life. You understand? I don't want you to declare bad things.
It's giving weird.
Don't be weirded out, okay? It's just the word of God. Anywho, as I was saying, because you like be watching things here, and it's like, you know, children are getting younger and younger. Like when it comes to, I was watching EastEnders recently, and they're giving birth, and like the way my life right now is revolving around EastEnders, guys, because tomorrow. Anyway, but like, yeah.
Are you sure we talk about this one thing tomorrow? But like, one show tomorrow.
God, that's why you're there, okay? So as I was saying, yeah. So yeah, like they give birth anyway, and I'm like, suppose I'm primary school. And
but then again, it's becoming hard. Not because even like the curriculum is now incorporating what's it called? Technology. Like for example, you go to university, you need a laptop.
Yeah, but I feel like a laptop and phone are two different things. I feel like.
True. But like even in Japan, like what's it called? Was it China? One of them. The way they're teaching some of these children AI.
Yeah.
Because AI is now the future. I'm like I get it. So it is going to be.
It's going to be harder.
It's going to be harder because I feel like it'll just be there'll be a time when you need, for example, a phone or a laptop. There may even be times where it's no longer we're writing in books. It's now just typing.
Bro, God help us. God really help us. Because, like, I feel like for me now, I didn't have a phone until, I think only first year after secondary school. Like, first year in secondary, I did not even have a phone. So first year, I was in a whole other country. Yeah. Still, I didn't have a phone. That kind of thing. And I wasn't like, necessarily...
My phone got stolen.
Eh?
My phone got stolen.
Which phone?
My Nokia phone.
Where?
From, my dad gave it to Uncle Fine. Uncle Fine never brought it back.
Lol. No, but I feel like they used to give us like gadgets to play with and to claim that, oh yeah, this is mine. But like I didn't personally have like my own phone and say, yes, this is my phone until like secondary school.
Yeah, it wasn't until I came back to the UK and then I had to go to school and they got me a phone because I need to get in contact with me. Yeah. But then Dad was in charge of my
data.
SIM.
Yeah.
And you could only get in contact with me once I got like Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
And Mum was so pissed. I remember that day she's like, "No, we have to change it." She changed that day.
But like, I just think parents should also try their best to before that stage comes to, cultivate an environment where people have a healthy relationship with technology and they're not obsessed with it and their life does not revolve around it. I think that's something that like I would take on.
Like Peter Bill.
As per how? He throws a gadget at his son every time.
No. What? He was when they were young, like he was very like anti. He was kind of like he wasn't like into the whole phone thing. It could have been because he was a cheapskate.
Yeah.
But like he would make them. I remember Pia was saying, "Oh, my dad when we used to go camping, he would give us a map and we would be in charge on how to get back to the campsite." And they're all looking at him like, "Do you have Google Maps?"
Lol.
So a bit like him being like to figure their way out without technology.
No, but that's the thing. God just help us. Like by God's grace, we'll be able to establish a good balance between, and by God's grace, our children will also be able to understand the importance of knowing how to navigate life both ways, technologically and also without technology. Because at the end of the day, technology can spoil in a day. As much as yes, it's at your fingertips, it could also. For a day, you could be at an inconvenience, and that technology may not be. Even just lack of storage can frustrate your life, and you'll not be able to use your device. So you have to know that there's a life outside of this technology. Even you run mad.
Yeah, sometimes you got to use that pigeon and send your message.
I haven't gotten to that point in life, but it's okay. It's good. Yeah, it's good to be aware of that at least.
Or just go to a post office and send your letter and hope that your friend will eventually receive it.
No, but yeah, the post office is still very active, so you need to know that's the thing. But like, brother, the post office really have stood strong, fam, because somebody could have said, that they will go out of service with all this technology. But people are still very much in the paper era. They're definitely that generation.
Ooh, that's a new mark. All you tech people, that's a market you guys good.
But the thing, what is helping the post office industry is comfortability. There's still a generation of people that are very comfortable with letters, and they're not as comfortable with relying on technology to receive their information. And even me, as I'm talking, I feel like there's a certain level of officiality that comes with a piece of paper over an email, in my opinion.
Let's keep.
Yeah. So like even me, sometimes I appreciate that post in the office. Like that not post in the office, but like that letter from, but even though let it be positive things, because bro, sometimes they just be texting you and I don't want to see that. So yeah. But
sometimes it would just be, what's it called?
I don't owe anybody.
You're 100 from fine because you were caught speeding.
God forbid, but like the way my heart be dropping a beat, every day I'm like checking letters, I'm like, bro, let my name not be here.
Me too. I just be like,
fam, I did not budget for that.
I'm gonna sometimes like there are times. Do you remember I walked in the house, I look at letters and I just be like, I kneel down and just be like,
fam, that is me. There's sometimes when I do some things, I'm just like, Jesus, I hope they do not catch me. The way I'll be praying for 1 week and the Lord delivers, because fam, I did not budget for that.
Whatever reason, what's it called? They have 60 days. I'll be really counting those 60 days from the time I did it.
God forbid. No,
I should be like,
I did not budget for that.
Jesus. No, for one time.
You know my situation. Deliver it for me.
Like, I remember one time you like, Whitney, did you also go, this is my car, this is this date? Because I have this. I was like, no, I didn't use it on that date. I was like, but I'm expecting one.
No.
It never
The way you
came.
told me that, the way you used to anticipate your own, me, I just pray one time and then leave it to Jesus. I cannot stress you. I cannot stress. Another thing we need to get into, some great news. So, the Grammys have come out with their nominations for the 2026 Grammys. And yet again...
We're only going to talk about the ones that we actually care about, respectfully.
Yes, and of course, you guys know this is the collision of the British world and the Nigerian world. So those are really where our attention is going to be at.
But
so,
what's it called? Congrats to all the
nominations, of course. You guys, it's not easy what you lot do.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So yes, of course, we need to go straight to the motherland. So for best
Wakanda forever. Motherland.
Okay. Now, as I was saying, so best global music album. Let's start there. So the only one from Nigeria, I believe, that was nominated for best global music album was Burna Boy from No Sign of Weakness. Congratulations to him. He has definitely been killing it.
My brother, my uncle, my cousin, all in one.
Lol. This your what's it called family trees that you've been doing lately, like, bruh. Okay. So best global music album. I think the only one from Nigeria is Burna Boy.
Wait. Isn't our auntie?
Who's that?
Oh, what's it called? She's on one of my favorite Kiss Daniel songs.
Is it Angelique Kidjo?
Yeah.
But she's not Nigerian, is she?
I'm not sure, but like I liked her on the Kiss Daniel.
I've been seeing her what's it called?
Yeah, I swear she's the one who beat Burna Boy on the first time he won. Was nominated. Sorry.
Yeah, but I don't think she's. Apparently, she's a Beninese French singer, so I think she's from Benin.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, she's apparently her nationality is American, Beninese, and French. So yeah, she's from Benin. She's not Nigerian. Gong. But like, yeah, I definitely know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's certain artists here. I don't know whether it's only me that thinks this here. But I feel like there's certain artists that are within particular niches that once the Grammys gets their once they get the Grammys attention, like the Grammys stay on top of them.
Yeah, they're Grammy darlings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Auntie's one of them.
Yes, Auntie's one of them. That's why when I saw her, I was like,
yeah,
should we take this one?
It's possible. It's possible.
What's it called? I Have No Hate.
No, it's
I liked her in that song, so you know.
Yeah, I don't really listen to her. I don't really know her music, but I keep seeing her name in all these categories when it comes to African music.
Is there anyone that you believe was snubbed for the global one?
The global one?
Yeah.
What's coming to mind? What do you think?
I was just going back on like when I saw them, I was just like going back to some of the albums that were released this year, and so far I don't really think there was like snubs.
Yeah, and I think I heard like there was this journalist that also said a similar thing, that this year she doesn't feel like there's any like public outrage with the nominations. Normally you have those artists that people are like, oh, they were snubbed, like they should have gotten the nomination, but this year that conversation isn't really out in the air. So yeah, I think maybe a lot of people share this POV that you have. But I'm just trying to think, like, was there? Because of course, the first thing that will come to my mind is a Nigerian artist.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking
Davido's album that was last. It was nominated last year. Do you understand? 5.
Yeah, it wasn't released this year.
Okay. Do you know what I was thinking was Timeless still?
No, Timeless got nominated last.
That's what I was saying. So I thought I also the mindset about he was nominated last year, so he doesn't have an album to be nominated
again. The big 3
but with 5
this year.
But with 5, is it eligible?
Yeah.
Would it have been eligible?
What's it called? Because it was before Burner, I believe.
The only thing, the thing with this Grammys here, sometimes I just ponder on their thought process behind these things. Because, like, do you guys vote based off of quality or based off of success? Because
I think it's quality, because we see there's some independent artists that are like nominated for some of the big things.
And I agree with you, but sometimes I ponder whether it is consistent across the whole board. I think sometimes there are categories that they lean more into popularity rather than quality. But I feel like in this global, when it comes to African music, I think they're more on a quality vibe than a popularity vibe. Because it's based off of popularity, then...
then Rema should have been nominated for something.
Definitely. I think even 5 over the Nigerian album I'm seeing here, I will not lie to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it has bigger songs, to be frank. not to say the album that's here should not be here, but if it's based off of popularity, and that's why I'm asking, if it's based off of popularity, I think 5. Because I even forgot 5, what is eligible for this year. Yeah, I thought Davido's last album was timeless.
I would like Wizkid's album.
What album is that? Sorry.
The one begins with M. I don't want to butcher it. The one basically dedicated to his mum.
I won't butcher it, so let me find out the name. Okay. Wizkid's latest album.
Begins with M. Remember, he has his mum as the album cover.
I think I know that. I think I have an idea. Just Mariah.
I was getting close to more.
Mariah, yes, Mariah.
I like that album.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I don't really know the album. I'm not too familiar with it, so I cannot speak
There was
too much on it.
There was a lot of hits on that one, so just like 5, that one equally had.
The only thing with me and Wizkid, like right now we're not on the same vibe. Wizkid was in a mellow vibe, you understand? And like when I'm listening to Afrobeat songs,
I like that he offers me that.
And that's the thing.
He offers me a different what's it called?
Yes, he's definitely serving a group. He's not serving my group right now.
I know, because what's going, it just highlights there's not one sound of Afrobeat.
Definitely it's true. But I'm just saying why I'm not very in the know when it comes to his music. It's just because I'm not on that type right now. Like when I want to be chilled, and that's when I'll look for him.
Yeah. No, but also when you said something about what's it called, that you believe it's a popularity vote.
Mm-hmm. I don't think this category is.
Oh, which one did you say?
I said I think there's some categories that maybe they lean more into popularity over quality, and there are categories that they lead more into quality over popularity.
Okay, because some people were saying, is her name Molly?
Who's that?
But they said, but that had that hit song Shake something, Body Shake.
Shake It to the Max. Is that song?
Yeah. People were like, oh, she didn't get nominated.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, the law, she was not nominated.
No, but like this category, I can tell that it's over quality because sometimes they highlight people I don't know, and I'm African, and I would expect that in such a big stage, anybody that's been nominated, I would know when it comes to African category. Do you understand what I mean?
But then again, I think also that is like when you think about it, like Africa. Mm-hmm. Are you just thinking of Nigeria?
But that's the thing. But that's
Africa.
But based off of popularity, one would say Nigeria would take all these categories. That is my point.
I know, but some Ghanaians would be like that time when the whole Tiwa Savage and now.
But the ratio.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know the woman, but like that doesn't mean she's not popular.
Yes. No, but I've told you this before. I don't think the ratio is balanced. Nigeria, the ratio is higher when it comes to popularity than other countries.
But sometimes I think
not even just one country. I don't think it's biased. I think it's the stats are there to be seen, and I think the combination of Nigerian stats when it comes to the music industry would.
I had one friend who was arguing me over Diamond.
Yes.
And I was just like, at the end, I had to be like, we agree to disagree.
No. I think it's plain facts. Anybody that is saying otherwise, you're lying. I think it's simply that's what it is. And what I'm saying is completely true. I have not even researched it, but just based off of what I see happening in the world, this has to be the facts of the situation. And that is, I feel when it comes to statistics, Nigerian music, that is one country overrides every other African country.
You sometimes think it's because they maybe have better marketing?
Maybe.
Sometimes I'm just thinking like, is it?
And we like to carry our matter on our heads.
Yeah.
Us as a nation, and that's it. All comes back to our confidence now because of this.
Giants.
Yeah, exactly. Because of this confidence we have, we carry our matter on our heads. Like we know how to make noise, we know how to make waves, and that is probably why we go as far as we go. It all comes down to the grain of who we are as Nigerians. So it's not a shock. Do you understand? But I just feel it is the facts of the situation, and that is okay. Maybe. Because I don't know all African countries to be frank, but let's say West Africa to be safe. West Africa, I would say Nigerian music, the stats of Nigerian music definitely is higher than the combination of every other country's stats in West Africa, in my opinion. Yes.
That's a big hill.
I don't think that's a big hill. What other West Africa?
That was called.
Yes, Nigerian music alone. I believe Nigerian. Tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody that has the time go and do the research, but I believe I'm correct. You understand? And what I'm saying is correct, and that is Nigeria alone. The stats of Nigerian music alone is higher than the stats of every other country in West Africa combined.
Ooh.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, but with that being said, let's move on to best music, African music performance. So we have Love by Burna Boy.
Woo!
Yes, congrats to him. With You by Davido and Omale, my brother, you know the vibes. Hope and Love by Eddie Kenzo and Meran Mason, I don't know them. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the surname wrong. Apologies if I am. And Give Me That by Ira Star and featuring Wizkid. And Push to Start by Tyler. I was a bit shocked to see Give Me That nomination. I feel like the song is new, but yeah, these Grammy things I don't really necessarily follow up as to eligibility period and stuff like that. So I was a bit shocked to see, not that it doesn't necessarily deserve it, but yeah, congrats to all of them, and yes, congrats.
And big ups to Shabuzi, 3 nominations.
Oh yes, our brother. Yes, definitely. Congrats to him.
Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
You said every time I say his name, you're saying
Chibueze. Congrats to Chibueze. You know, our
3
brother from the
nominations.
soil. Yes, we acknowledge what you're doing.
Yes.
We acknowledge what you're doing. Congrats. And
Big steps.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
I don't want to get too much into those country people because fam, the fact
But
that
it's not easy.
It's definitely not easy. It's definitely not easy. So well done to you.
We
And
see
that,
your
but
grind.
this what we're saying. It all comes back to this, our Nigerian, you know, our confidence, our hustle mentality. Anything that we want to do, we're gonna do. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay. So congrats, Chibueze.
I hope you bring your mum again to the Grammys.
Yeah, congrats, Chibueze. We're very proud of you. Then what's it called? I also wanted to highlight the Brits that were nominated. I'm very happy for these people. My girls, Flo, that were nominated for Best Progressive R&B Album. See, yeah, those girls, yeah, those, like, from day one, what I'm respecting about those girls, they can sing.
And their consistency.
They can, yes, they can sing. When I hear those girls sing, I'm like, I'm moved. They can sing. And, you know, there are not many girl groups out there, one. But yeah.
Actually, I think like we're seeing like.
I think now we're seeing.
Lot.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
The only people that are coming to my mind is Cat Science, because if people talk about them recently.
Blackpink twice. There's been a lot of what's called at least K-pop girl groups are coming back.
Okay. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really categorize K-pop with other artists.
Girl groups.
No. I feel like. Maybe because I don't understand it, so I'm a bit biased in that aspect. Because
but I'm seeing like a lot of like.
I know K-pop people definitely have a big fan base.
No, not just K-pop. I'm seeing a lot of like. There's reality shows like now being made to create groups.
Yeah.
Like there's that song.
Because there was a gap now for a bit now.
Yeah.
Especially after Fifth Harmony disbanded, Little Mix disbanded, One Direction. That once that chapter closed, there's been a gap. So I definitely see the new. But like. Yeah, but in the UK now, I think they're one of the few. Flo.
No, there's another one that I just recently came upon.
But you're saying another one?
No, that I just recently came upon. Like, what's it called? Someone just recommended it to me.
But you're only saying one. Only one is coming to mind in Britain.
Yeah, maybe because I haven't done my research.
Maybe there's definitely other girl groups there, but regardless of that, Flo. You guys have my respect. Girls, you guys have my respect. I know we're going to be friends. Renee, I know we're going to be friends. But not to be biased. But anyway. But girls, those girls can sing.
You guys don't get the recognition you deserve. So I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah, so happy for you girls. And girls, keep singing.
Olivia Dean.
Yes, Olivia Dean. Is that the one I need, the man?
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to her. Skepta as well, our brother,
Ray.
who was nominated. Ray too was nominated. Cynthia River was nominated for her contributions to Wizkid.
Oh, another Nigerian.
Yeah, also Skepta too now. So you know Skepta is Nigerian as well.
I know, another Nigerian.
So yes.
From the soil.
We really. And who's this really young person?
You know her. Her songs on. You probably heard it on the radio. Yeah,
I probably heard it. They said what's it called? It's a viral song, Messy.
Yeah. Because you're so messy.
Oh yes. Yeah. Then also, I think that Pink Panthers is British.
Yeah, she's British.
I don't know yet, but yeah, her too. She's been nominated. Big ups. So big ups to all the Brits, all the Nigerians that were nominated.
Is it like dance? What's that?
She's up for best dance pop recording for for her 2025 hit Illegal. I think I'm So Illegal. How does that song go? I can't remember. But I know it was going around. It was doing the rounds on social media. So yeah.
Congrats to our British.
Congrats to
our Nigerian. Sorry, because Nigeria's another country.
Yeah, it's Nigeria.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know why I'm so happy for my Shirizi. 3 nominations in a country. Yes.
No, shout out Chibueze, and now they have given you guys more options. But anyhow.
Yeah, but he's nominated still in the core ones. That's why I'm.
No. I'm not trying to downplay his what's it called?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm impressed. I thought like they would try and do that with him.
Diliments.
Huh?
Diliments. Now that you have even broadened it, what's your excuse?
And he's going to be performing at the CMAs. Another congrats.
Congrats, so we accept you regardless. So
who told me accept you regardless?
You know, the last time they had our good sister, they were not very welcoming.
Oh yes. I'm not, what's it called? I'm still displeased, but I'm just saying I'm happy that, what's it called?
Yes, of course, Chibueze. Do you know what? We're going to speak positivity. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a great experience. So Chibueze, we do your back.
We have
go and do us proud. I hope I'm calling the right people name. Let me confirm.
Clinton, after all these times of you trying to correct me about Shabuzi.
Hold on. I believe it's Chibueze. Let me just make sure. Shabuzi. Let me just make sure it's Chibueze.
All I know is you have my support.
Bam! Collins open at Chibueze. Congratulations. Our brother. The support. Now, it's time for Oga Approval. So, Oga Approval, that is where I, Clinton D. Ogaoflondon, alongside my fellow Ogas, because those are the only people I roll with, the Ogas. We pass our judgments on different scenarios as whether it gets our Oga Approval or Oga Rejection. So, today's scenario is, I don't know whether you know about this, will I say it's upcoming, but there's this new norm for Nigerians here, especially like Nigerians that are in the social media world. And what they do is that, say for example, they have an event, they do all the content for it, maybe like the day before, or even like the day after. And I've now been hearing recently, like, when it now actually comes to the main day, they make less of an effort because they've, all their concentration and funds have been invested in the content rather than the actual event. So what do you think of that?
I don't get they have less on the day.
So say for example now, on the main day now, on the content day, of course, you booked out your stylist, you booked out your makeup artist, you booked out your hairstylist, all them ones. Then when it now comes to the main day, because everything has been concentrated on that, you do everything yourself, basically, because everything has been designated to the content day.
Do you mean like you is it that someone's asked you to promote an event?
No, say for example now you have a wedding now.
Yeah.
So there are people that because they're social media personalities, and it's not even just social media personalities now. The Nigerians, they just like social media. So there are people because of that now. If you're going for a wedding, people are now just getting content creators to come and capture their outfits, come and help them make videos so that they can release on social media as guests too. It's not their day, they're just guests and they're doing these things. Do you understand? So now what is happening now? People are doing it like, say for example now, because of the time restriction with such a busy day, like going for an event, what people are doing now is like they're dedicating another day to doing everything content. And on that day, they'll now, they'll give it their best by getting a makeup artist, getting a hairstylist, getting their stylist on on deck and everything. Then when it now comes to the main day, because everything has been dedicated to that content day, they will now be giving it, less of an effort. Maybe they're doing everything themselves, they're doing their hair themselves, doing their makeup themselves. So of course they're not looking as good as they're looking at the content day. Do you get?
I haven't seen examples of that, to be honest.
You may not see it because what you're seeing is the social, you're seeing the content day. You're not seeing the actual day.
But then again, I don't really have my algorithm isn't really providing.
Yeah, but let's just think about it. And what's your take on that?
I haven't seen that.
I don't necessarily see it. I've just heard something about it recently, and I'm just like, for me, I feel like it's offensive. I would be annoyed if to say
Is there events?
No, if I invite you to an event here and you have put all your efforts into content rather than actually being present and being present as your best self at my events, and rather you're more fixated on social media and people's response to your content than how you are coming to my event. Like at the end of the day, all of this is for my events, so you should be giving me your best as you're coming to my events.
They're promoting the event.
No, it's not necessarily promoting. My point is, my point is, don't give lackluster efforts to the actual reason for the event over, social media. I feel like there are people that they're dedicated so much to social media that in real life they're not giving it as much effort. Do you get? So because of that, you're not showing up as good as you're showing up on social media, and I will not appreciate that if you do that for me. If I invite you to an event and you're looking better on social media because you dedicated a whole other day to content rather than you looking as good as that at my event, I will be offended.
Well, now that you've explained to me, I think that's very common. Mm-hmm. I was having a discussion with someone who should not be named, and they were saying that girls make a lot of effort for their birthdays. Like they'll buy a new dress, they will get makeup, and they will go to a fancy a fancy restaurant or a club, just so they can take pictures and put on their socials. And yeah, there's some that will still have a good time and enjoy, but a lot of them are just going to those places to have good socials, so they can post.
No, and that's worrying.
I think it's so common.
No, but that's the thing, and I don't think it's okay. Honestly, I'll be like, when I had somebody was asking me recently, like, oh, do you think that's okay? I said, if you do that at my events, I'm going to have an issue with you. Don't do that.
But like I wouldn't even notice that person. I'll be annoyed.
On the day you may not notice here, but if I see afterwards that you dedicated a whole day to doing content and you invested so much of your time, your energy, your funds into that day, and because of that you're not able to invest as much into the actual day, my actual day. I don't need your promotion. I don't need your promotion. I need your presence, and I need you to present yourself as your best self. This is the real deal. You're not doing that for me. You're doing that for people. You're doing that for people's acceptance.
But I'm still getting advantage.
No, I don't need that. I'm promotion enough. Okay, I don't need that. If you're coming to my event, if you cannot afford to do the both, don't do the both. That's what it is.
To be honest, I wouldn't not even pay attention to that.
If I catch on to this, I'll be offended. I'm be warned. That person I was talking to, be warned. I will be offended. That gets my rejection.
I think it's very common. I don't even think I'll even pay attention or even care.
No, I would be offended.
I would care more about
because you're more bothered about other people than showing up for me. And people you don't even know.
I'm not even taking that, but I wouldn't even stretch it like that. I would. To be honest, if I'm having an event, that's my event. Respectfully, I'm more focused on everything being right and all that stuff. Running smoothly. That I would not even be paying attention to stuff like that.
I be paying attention to everything. So be warned, my eyes on everything. Do not come subpar at my events and look better on social media. And I find out that right is because, you have dedicated a whole day and you've dedicated all your funds to social media over my only actually showing up.
So if someone did that, what would you do?
I would be offended.
Would you say anything to the person, or you just?
I may not, but I'll have it in my mind, and I probably am not going to look at you the same way.
Because you know how you said
you rate social media and people you don't know over me.
Because you know how you say that you pay attention to everything in an event. Does that include just sending everybody to your sister to deal with?
It's delegating, Whitney. Those things are delegating.
No, I'm just wondering, is that what you consider? Do you consider that as paying attention?
Yes. Yeah. If I see an issue that I know somebody that can resolve it, I will lead the people to that person to resolve it. Like, I know what people's, strengths are.
Let me just tell you guys.
I know what people's strengths are, and I lead into
while my siblings were there talking to people, laughing, chatting.
I was not.
I was, I was having to have my cousin drive to Tesco for us to get paper plates.
No, but there's a difference here. I am hosting. You understand? That's my strength. Do you understand? Your strength is making sure things are running smoothly. Somebody has to schmooze, and that's what I was doing.
I was doing that while
somebody has to schmooze.
While begging people not to remove chairs. You know what? I have to give respect to those people because those lads, they came in. Those men came in. I think what helped was that they were black. They came in, saw the place, and they were like, "No,
yeah, we can't do that."
Yeah, they're just like, "Yeah, what's going on?" Even when I came outside to go speak to them, like, "Yeah, we can't take these chairs, bro. We'll come back at different." I was like, "Thank the Lord," because they didn't have to do that.
Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't have to come back. If you think about it, they really stretched their day to come back and collect those things. Yeah. They could be like, "No, I want an early night," and just remove those chairs. And at the same time, I had not like an auntie, but the person that was in charge of that hall, saying we need to remove some people. I was looking at this woman like, trust in me, go and ask someone to be removed. Let's see what will happen.
Lord, no, God bless those boys. God bless. Oh, but that day was literally just God's, honestly, because those chairs, we didn't even plan for those chairs in the first place. We planned something else, and we got there and we saw something even better than what we planned. So, no, God bless for all parties that were involved. And since then, they've been trying.
The aunt and uncles that collected those pictures of our arm and took it home, respect to them. We had no space.
No, since then, the people have been trying, but the guys, there's only
Some
one
people
of
have
us.
tried to replicate.
They've been trying, but there's only one of us. That's what I
But
would
what's
say.
the, yeah,
But this is back to delegation. I know you're straight. See how you handled everything. I didn't have to worry. I knew you're on top of it. So I could concentrate on my strength, and that is amazing. Is everybody okay? Have you gotten what you need? You did not see me when I was moving the souvenirs. Did you not see the souvenirs were flying? Nobody had to ask me anything. I said, boys, move. We can leave ourselves.
We say again, boys move.
But now, but the boys moved that. Before you did, I was showing the souvenirs.
I'm not gonna lie, cousins
no, everybody
were
stepped
like,
up.
Cousins were like, it was like child labor.
Fam, everybody. No, but you know, I was warning people before then. I said, guys, when this day comes, I need everybody to be active.
Clinton was like, bro, this is not for people to.
No, it was not a party. We're not there. We had an assignment. Everybody moved.
Bro,
Everybody
like
execute.
you knew, because the minute the service
As
stopped,
I said, we stopped.
we all stood up and
Bruh,
gave our chairs.
Nobody sat down again after that service.
Yeah.
Nobody. No, but shout out.
I remember
Shout out to
Achie was
everybody
like,
involved.
oh, all right, you guys stand up. I was talking to someone like, bro, we know what we're doing.
Serious, we know what we're doing. Like, fam, everybody knew what vibe we were on. And yeah, what a time.
Like, bro, we had to get benches for
What a
people to
time.
sit on. I was going to respect those people who still sat on the benches. Some people will be like, what is this?
No, but nobody was playing with that event. Nobody, like, everybody knew that they had to show up. There was not options. So, but yeah.
Yeah, but what's it called? We now know what Clinton means by I see everything.
Yeah, I see everything. I'm on top of things. Is that, and that's the thing. I feel like people need to give more respect to people that delegate. Like that. There's a reason why there are people at, there's a reason that you have people that take such positions. Somebody needs to do it.
But no one told you to take that position. You just took it and then did it.
Because that's my strength.
Maybe that's my strength.
That's my strength.
That's my strength. I get the option to even choose my position.
But
I was literally saying, what's it called? Literally, they were like, who's gonna go with Auntie to get the food? Whitney. I was there. There was this. I didn't even need to be there. They're talking about what food needs to be there, and Auntie was just saying what food needs to be there. I was like, why am I here?
Well, they just wanted a representative. That's what it was.
Please.
But yeah, well done to us. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, but what's it called? Back
but
to
back to us, no. That gets my rejection, and I've told you guys, I
called?
see everything. Don't try that.
That gets my approval. I just don't see it as a big deal. They're big. Those moments, that time there's bigger things like, bruh. Like,
I'll be offended, so don't try it.
You'd be offended by a lot of things at events, Clinton. Like, you should really have like you should really send in your invitation at the back of it. You'd be like, to do and not to do. I'm
telling you, like, give it to your best or stay in your house. But with that being said, do you have anything else to say?
Covered Grammys. We covered other things that I'm just like, it's all over the place, like us.
Right, when it's this podcast, we plan to say one thing, and before you know, we get into something else. But that's just what a podcast is about. We just talk, and you guys listening, and we appreciate you guys. So those of you that are listening on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share. Those of you listening to us on Spotify, make sure to rate this episode. Follow us. We appreciate you all. Let's keep this Puff and Tea community growing. Shameless plug. House of the Ogas Season 4 is returning very soon to your screens on Wednesday the 19th of November, to be precise, 7 p.m. UK time on my YouTube channel, Clinton's Law. And you're not going to want to miss this season. This season is not a bubble juice season.